Hello and welcome again to WTF History. In this episode, we put on our conspiracy hats and explore the Rothschild family and their worldwide banking dynasty, who, with their accumulation of finances, have generated an amount that researchers estimate to be a staggering $500 trillion. However, before we begin, I should mention that due to the lack of evidence, some of what is said in this video is still open to speculation. However, we did our best to logically extrapolate information to fill in gaps, and we think it's best if you research it and decide for yourself at the end of the day. The name Rothschild is derived from the house this family occupied in the Judengasse, or Jewish Alley, a Jewish ghetto located in Frankfurt, Germany. Home to Mayer Rothschild, who is immortalized in history as being the founder of the Rothschild banking dynasty. Securing an apprenticeship at Simon Wolf Oppenheimer's banking firm, he learned valuable lessons in foreign trade and currency exchange. He applied this newfound knowledge and began dealing in rare coins, trading to princes and royalty, thus expanding his still growing enterprise to provide other services such as handling payments for British mercenary hire. Securing his position as an international banker for Wilhelm IX, he used the Landgrave's capital to issue loans. After Wilhelm IX went into exile, Mayer turned to investing funds in London and profited from importing goods across continental blockades, and used these profits to continue his life as a banker. In this time, Mayer had become a father of 10 children, his 5 eldest sons known famously as the 5 Arrows of Banking. They each left to establish new business enterprises across Europe. Mayer Rothschild took control of the Frankfurt branch upon his father's death, while his brothers, upon their father's order, set up banks in France, Austria, England, and Naples. Solomon Mayer Rothschild was the head of the Rothschild Bank in Austria, where he funded many of the government projects such as Austria's first steam railway, and raised capital for many other government projects, becoming instrumental in the growth of Austria's economy. The Rothschild family were quite dedicated to keeping their wealth in their family, as Solomon would invest in his brother James Mayer de Rothschild's bank. They were so dedicated to this concept that his daughter, Betty Solomon von Rothschild, married her uncle James, whom she gave 5 children. Talk about a family affair. The Banque de Rothschild Ferré was started by James Mayer de Rothschild and made immense profit in industrial trade. They spread their wealth into many industries, including a railway, trading in valuable commodities such as oil, and even becoming leaders in the wine industry. When it came to making money, the Rothschilds definitely knew what they were doing. Even in Naples, Karl Mayer von Rothschild gained the favor of kings and nobles alike, issuing substantial loans to further develop the economy of Naples. No matter where they went in the world, these men were moving money to the point where they were known as the dominant source for any financial need, and used their immense financial power to dominate the market. Mayer imprinted on none of his sons more than he did on Nathan Mayer von Rothschild, the most highly acclaimed of all the Rothschild brothers. This man's mere presence within the marketplace was said to bring comfort to the worried investors during the Napoleonic Wars. Nathan was a controversial man and funded those who held his interests in high regard. Endogamy was very important to the Rothschilds, and was essential to their strategy of keeping their wealth within the family. Because of this, we see many Rothschild family members marrying nieces or cousins. Through this strategy, they managed to accumulate one of the world's biggest private fortunes. Sources say that this has dwindled throughout the generations, but there is honestly no way to know for sure. As a result of this wealth, this family was always in close proximity to political matters. Many politicians were groomed by the Rothschilds for power, using their great political influence to put those in power who would best suit their interests. In addition to their normal banking services, the Rothschilds provided many private banking services targeted at those they wished to influence to gain a closer relationship to the political world. Much of their investments in government bonds is what generated the majority of their colossal fortune. In 1815, after the Battle of Waterloo, where Napoleon suffered his final defeat, Nathan's couriers delivered the news to him 24 hours before the government officials themselves, and used this knowledge to make a colossal sum of money on the stock exchange, selling a large amount of government bonds, causing nervous investors to sell their bonds as well as causing the prices to plummet. In secrecy, he bought up these bonds and made a huge profit on the rise. War was the Rothschilds' bread and butter. Due to the high expenditure of war, many of these countries were left in great financial need to stabilize their economy, leaving the Rothschilds with many loans to issue and a huge profit to be made, their loans even extending to Greece to establish them as an independent monarchy. It's clear that they have the political influence to either put people in power or take them out of power. Money is to the Rothschilds what strings are to a puppeteer. The Rothschilds' banking dynasty also engineered an ingenious method which made foreign loans a lot easier to invest in, allowing the interest on a fund to be collected in any country. These loans paid higher yields than local loans, making them very desirable for the average investor, and also making Nathan the first to introduce loans into Great Britain. The convenience of this new style of debt collection was an instrumental step into the development of the international economy. The collection companies the Rothschilds own or control is immense, extending from leisure items to transport transport, real estate, and industry, not to mention a huge list of banks all over the world, making them a huge source of everything we interact with in our daily lives. Even large swathes of the media is owned by the Rothschild family. This is a scary amount of control for one establishment to have, and just proves how much influence the Rothschilds still have over the modern world. In a world governed by law, the Rothschild family has single-handedly proven that money has always had true power throughout history, and anything that can be funded can be manipulated for personal gain. Nathan Rothschild said famously, "He who controls the issuance of money controls the government," and "Give me control of a nation's money and I don't care who makes its laws." When you consider the power this family has, it is easy to understand the stigma surrounding the Rothschild family, saying that they use their influence to engineer wars for profit, the assassination of Abraham Lincoln, the Russian Revolution, the Boer War, and the monopolization of the energy industry, among other things. But one thing is for sure though, the Rothschilds have more power than anyone in the world. I hope you enjoyed this brief look into the Rothschild family. If you have anything to add, please feel free to do so in the comment section below, and don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons to see more similar content in future. See you next time.